Okay, that's more like it. That is more like it. The New York Knicks took care of business. Game 1 of the Emeritus Cup, the in-season tournament. They went down to Philadelphia, took care of business, held for the 4th time in 10 games. They only played 10 games this season. 4th time they held an opponent under 100 points. They took care of business the first time that Embiid and Paul George played together in the regular season. Knicks win 111-99. There's lots to talk about. I have highlights for you. I have game breakdown. I got it all right here on the best Knicks post-game show on the internet. I'm going to make that claim myself. I watched them all, and this is by far the best. All right, thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time here, though, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button for me, share this video, drop your comments. Definitely want to hear your thoughts and feelings. You guys, your voices are it's like you're collaborating with me, so please share your thoughts and feelings. They've been helping me so far this season. It's been an interesting season because I'll tell you, this team, we're back to 500, so we're in the middle. We're a meh team, but this is not that kind of team, and tonight they showed it. They weren't even hot from the three-point line, and they were able to take care of business against the Philadelphia 76ers. Look, there's no way, if, ands, or buts, that they wanted to lose this game. Now, they were without Tyrese Maxey, so let's put that out there. They were without Tyrese Maxey. And this is the first game that we've had a campaign back in a while. Not that they counteract each other in any way, but it was nice to see a game where it wasn't like a blowout early and then someone tried to made a run. It wasn't a game of that many runs. It was actually a pretty tightly contested game throughout. Let's get to it. Right here, 111-99, and this guy, Tom Thibodeau, will probably say he was the player of the game. I have my own player of the game, but this, you cannot deny, a triple-double, and he was everywhere, getting all the loose balls. Yes, did he commit some turnovers? Yes, he commits turnovers, but he's a high-octane guy, so sometimes you're going to skid a little bit, and he does, but he delivered 14 points, 12 rebounds, 10 dimes for him on just 8 free field goal attempts, just 8. This was an incredibly balanced scoring once again from the starters. All 5 starters in double figures again. And the beautiful thing is 4 of them were in double-digit shot attempts, but nothing egregious. 16, 16, 13, and 15. Deuce was the 5th highest with 12, and then there was Josh Hart with 8. The other important thing that happened tonight is Thibs finally went to a 9-man rotation. If you didn't see the video, I put it out. It was just right before the game started. It was like around 7 p.m. Eastern time. I put out a video analyzing what the Knicks are doing wrong, and it's pretty clearly it's Thibs. Thibs is so hesitant to reach down into his bench to get guys to give him some minutes that he basically cooked his starters in the previous game against the Pacers. Only went 6.5 men deep. It was really just Deuce. Sims gave you a few minutes in that second half, but that was it. And then that explains why there are fourth quarter collapses consistently happening for these Knicks, unless it's like a big blowout win. But if it's a tight win or they have like a nice little lead, 10-point lead, it's not even safe because the starters are just tired. They're fatigued. They're making dumb mistakes. They're not as sharp. And it all is attributed to the minutes distribution. So you should definitely check out that video. It's a short one, but it's got all the data there, and it just proves that the starters are being overplayed, overworked. And honestly, there's no excuse for it when you have NBA players on your bench. All right, so you need to trust them? Well, get on it. Work on your trust issues, Thibs. Work on them, Well, tonight, he did. We saw a campaign return who was already in the circle of trust, but he went to Matt Ryan, and he used him. Matt Ryan did not score tonight, but he gave the Knicks a nice 9 minutes. He was active. He was a body, at least out there. So then, what do we have? We have Jalen Brunson with 34 minutes, Mikal Bridges at 35 minutes. Towns ended up playing 38 minutes. Big battle for Towns. Let's get to Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns, New York Basketball, tweeted this out as Knicks beat Sixers 111-99. 21 points for him, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, but he was everywhere. He was everywhere. I believe he was a part of about 60% of the Knicks scoring in terms of his ability to find, his passing. His passing was unbelievable. He's had some incredible no-look behind the back passes before. Brought him today once again, and it was one particular rebound where he got down low and they were trying to box him out and using the baseline to force him out, and he was able to swing a pass, swing it around the defender all the way out to Josh Hart on the three-point line, who buried the three-pointer, and that was a huge moment. That was a huge momentum swing. Because like I said, for the majority of this game, it was close. It was within a point or two, 4 points, 3 points, whatever, until finally that stretch, the Knicks turned it on. They went on like a 13-0 run. I believe that was in the third quarter. Nice 13-0 run within a minute or two. And Mikal Bridges was a key part of that. Active hands for him. They only credit him for 2 steals here, but I could say he had at least 3. Only committed 1 personal foul, and his defense tonight was much, much improved over what we have seen of late. He wasn't helping as much. He was sticking with his guy. He was picking up reads quick. I loved his approach. Excellent. Look at those 6 dimes for Cat. But the player of this game is no doubt OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby, 24 points on 11 of 16 shooting, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, 6 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, 0 turnovers, a plus 18 for game best. Now, the steal and the block, those, I think those are under calculated for him. He created so many deflections and so many tipped guys were shooting the ball. He would tip it. He would block it. He only got credited for 1. I saw at least, let me see, he did it on Paul George twice. I think he even got one on Embiid. I mean, it's just, he is everywhere. He is a phenomenal defender. The New York Knicks are lucky to have him, which is why they gave him the bag. And I'm telling you, I think if things start clicking and Knicks can put together a nice run of wins, I said it. This is one of my predictions. I said there could be 3 All-Stars for this team. Now, we're a long way away from that, but the way OG has been playing is just phenomenal on both ends. I mean, I'm amazed watching him every night. And his own teammates are singing his praises constantly. Beautiful. All right, here we have the stats. Let's get to the highlights, and we'll come back to the stats. Here we go. All right, so the game got off to a nice little start. The Knicks actually built up a nice little lead in that first quarter, but look at this, lots of dunks for OG. I liked how his teammates were looking for him often. He was cutting. In one possession, they found him in the right corner, and he drove in, and he dunked it. That's why it was 11 of 16. Nice play for Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges ended up with 14 points tonight on 7 of 13 shooting. Didn't make a 3, though, but only took 2 of them. Now, I would prefer that he keeps taking them. You know, he is a legit three-point shooter. He is amazing from the corners, one of the best from the corners. He's, right now he may not be feeling it, but he has to keep taking those three-point shots. He did only take 2 tonight. The team as a whole only took 31 three-pointers tonight. That is low. That's at least 7 three-point attempts too low. Now, the Sixers took 42 attempts. Now, they only connected on 14 of those for 33.3%, but the Knicks only connected on 9 for 29%. What the Knicks did was they owned the paint. They destroyed the Sixers in the paint. 54-30, a plus 24 in the paint. It's weird looking at this court. Here's Campaign in here. Puts it up, hits that 3. Nice for him. Campaign gave the Knicks 9 minutes tonight. That was his only made bucket. But it's nice for someone to just, in the flow of the game, he creates his own shot, puts it up in the air. Without the team having to struggle so hard to create an opportunity. I like what he brings off the bench. Would I like to see Tyler Kolek? I would still like to see him get some time. Look at Deuce right here. Look at that. Beautiful move right there. Deuce was outstanding tonight himself. He deserves a shout out as one of the players of this game. He played 26 minutes, 6 of 12, shot 50%, hit 3 of 8 from the three-point line, 12 points, 15 points for him, a plus 12, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals for Miles Deuce McBride. Excellent game for him. And we needed it because there was a scare right at the beginning of the second half. First play of the second half, Brunson steps on Caleb Martin's foot and rolls it, and he leaves. And I couldn't see it at first the way they showed it because they were like interviewing Thibs and stuff. It almost looked like he popped. I don't even want to say it. I couldn't tell that he rolled it. But then in the replays, they showed he rolled it. I was like relieved. He went to the locker room. He was gone for quite a while, but he did return, and he had a very effective fourth quarter for him. Let's see, where did he end up in the fourth quarter? In the third quarter, Brunson, he only ended up playing four and a half minutes in that third quarter, which was nice. It was like a forced rest for him. And then in the fourth quarter, he came in. He played the entire fourth quarter, 10 points for him, hit all 4 of his free throws, just very, very efficient. Look at this beautiful little sidestep from Deucey. I love it. Deuce has made a tremendous impact on this team. I feel like the Knicks have won 5 games. At least 4 of those wins, Deuce was a major contributor to those wins. Paul George, interesting. He played tonight. He had a decent game for Paul George. Let me pull up this box score here. I think he finished. He was the game high scorer, 29 points, shot 10 of 19, 7 of 11 from the 3-point line. Whew. You know, the Sixers are going to be interesting once they get fully healthy. But see, that's the problem, fully healthy. I think it's to conjecture too much. That kid, Jared McCain, freshman, the rookie, who was a freshman at Duke last season, youngest player on the Sixers. He came in. He gave tremendous minutes for them. He scored 23 points, 4 of 10 from the 3-point line. He played 30 minutes tonight. Nice. He helped fill in for what Tyrese Maxey gives the team. Look at that beautiful break there. Nice. Was that? I think Josh Hart was the one who passed that. Here we go. This is the swing. Yep. Nice. Look at OG. Another dunk. I was talking about that one earlier. This is where the Knicks started really building that lead. It was pretty comfortable. It did get down to about 10 at one point. Oh, yeah. Paul George runs into Embiid. And here, another fast break. Another dunk for OG Anunoby. Loving his game. Yeah. Ooh, nice. Look at those deflections. Ooh, but it went back to McCain. But see, active hands. Now, in the Pacers game, that situations like that happen repeatedly. You know, you get a deflection, and it would bounce off the guy's chest and go out of bounds and be Pacers ball. You know, or you know, the guy accidentally fumbles it. He gets the deflection off his hands. It was very frustrating, and I attribute that to fatigue. Look at this pass right here. Behind the neck. Behind the neck. No look pass almost. He knew he was there. Beautiful play. Now the Knicks are up 15 comfortably. That cuts it down there. But basically the game was over at that point. This was a very, very good win. Not going to say it's a great win. Not even going to say it's the best win of the season. Because I would say the win versus, I thought the first Indiana game was a tremendous win for the Knicks, 123-98. This one felt like it, but I thought the Bucks win was also an excellent game for them. Yeah, excellent win for them. Oh, it started over again. All right, let's get to, I want to show you one thing before we keep going here. Get over here. Let me show you the game charts here. Let's go to the game charts. So here you go. You can see there's the team comparisons on the right. Down in the bottom there of the 3 ovals, the one to the left, points in the paint. Knicks 54-30. Beautiful. Second chance points, 13-8. So a +5 there. Fast break points, they ended up being almost even, 12-11. But the Knicks we got to get out on that break more. We're the slowest paced team in the league. Anytime we can get an opportunity for an easy transition bucket, we should take that opportunity. Now, sometimes it turns into turnovers. That happens. That's part of the game. But over time, the more that they get comfortable doing that, the better it is for the offense itself. One of the issues that I had in rewatching tape of the Knicks was they were waiting too long to get into their offense. Often, like Pacers and other teams were doing it as well, were picking up Brunson in the backcourt and forcing him to dribble, and like do some pivots and stuff to get around him. And it was like always around the 7-second mark when he was crossing the half-court line. So now there's only 17 seconds left to run your play. And then he's waiting for someone to come up and set a high pick. And it's just a lot of wasted time. And so that's why transition buckets are key for this team, because that is who they are. I don't think the pace is going to really increase too much. I think maybe a little bit over time as they become a little more familiar with each other and they start running those sets on offense and even in the half court itself. Eventually, it will happen. The Knicks rebounding 47-40, a +7 there. The assist, 31 assists for the New York Knicks tonight. That is fantastic. I believe that is 1, 2, 3. That is the fourth game this season the Knicks have had 30 or more assists, and they had one game where they had 29 assists, which that was the loss to Atlanta. So they almost had 30 assists then. Well, that was a bitter loss. I hated that loss against the Hawks. All right, let's get back to the stats here. I know I spoke through them, but now you guys can see them yourself. You can see it's nice to see 4 guys on the bench there with minutes, with time allotted to them. Loved it. Jericho Sims, he actually was better this game. He was better this game. He was when he was out there and against Embiid, he was able to do his job to neutralize him to some degree, to at least put some kind of interference in front of him. And he did have to battle Andre Drummond at times, but he gave nice 10 minutes. That's excellent. McBride, 26 minutes, almost 10 minutes for Campaign, almost 10 minutes for Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan didn't make any of his buckets, but you know that three-point shot is going to drop soon. I hope that Thibs keeps looking at him, because eventually, if all goes well, Landry Shamet is going to be healthy enough to play. So Landry's going to take that role, and Landry can shoot that three. And Matt Ryan's a fantastic three-point shooter. So just let him get comfortable. We need that dynamic, and then you let them battle it out once everyone is healthy. And hopefully it just raises the level of play overall for everybody. The plus-minus stats, Mikal Bridges was a +5. OG Anunoby +18, as I mentioned before. A nice +11 for Karl-Anthony Towns. I loved his passion that he played with tonight. He was definitely committed to showing up and proving to the world that he can compete on the level of Joel Embiid and even best him, which he did tonight. I loved it. Brunson finished with 18 points after struggling. He actually did not do that well in the beginning of the game. Let's see here. He finished, what did he have after 3 quarters? After 3 quarters, Brunson only had 8 points. He was shooting 2 of 9. So a lot of that came in, 10 points was in the fourth quarter. So he was struggling, and the Knicks were able to go into the fourth quarter with a 3-point lead, 78-75. The Knicks did not allow the Sixers to score more than 25 points in a quarter tonight. The first 3, 25 points each quarter, and they held them to 24 points in the fourth quarter. And the Knicks actually took over in that fourth quarter and delivered with 33 points themselves. All right, let's keep going here. You can see Deuce with a +12. Excellent for him. The Sixers here, Joel Embiid finished with 13 points on 2 of 11 shooting, 1 for 5 from the 3-point line. Now it's his first game back. I believe it is his first game back. He definitely was rusty. He played 26 minutes. He even asked out of the game at one time. He just was, I think, winded or just tired or something. But once again, 5 dimes for him. Lowry was a non-factor, 4 points in his 26 minutes. Kelly Oubre also another non-factor, 5 points for him. But luckily they have this guy, Jared McCain from Duke, who I liked last season. I did like him. We'll see what kind of defender he can be, but 23 points for him, that was huge. He kind of helped keep them around. That's one of the reasons why they were around. And Caleb Martin, 7 of 10. Man, very efficient, 17 points for him. All right, let's keep going. What of here? I showed you the other charts. What's here to note? The Knicks had an additional 6 shot attempts, so that is a positive. They have been down on that lately. They did not go to the free throw line that much tonight, but they shot 93.3%. Beautiful. 14 of 15 from the free throw line, but so did the Sixers. 23 of 24. They had an additional 9 attempts, and they buried them. Wow. Man. The offensive rebounds were pretty close, 8 to 9, but the assists, it just shows the Knicks just kept moving that ball. And that is something that they have to carry through from now on. I think we play tomorrow night. We play the Bulls. I'd like to see the same type of intensity, connectiveness continue tomorrow night. That should be a fun game. I think the Knicks should be able to take care of business tomorrow night. All right. Thank you so much for watching this. Again, my name is George. This is Into the Knicks-Verse. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and turn on a notification bell so you're alerted when I go live or drop a video. And I will be going live soon. Almost went live today. Instead, I ended up recording that video and dropping it because time had run short. But man, what a relief. Glad that we're back, at least back to 500. This team showed that they have levels to them, and I don't even think they've really scratched it too much. We've seen glimpses of amazingness, but it's been glimpses. They haven't been consistent enough. I want to see them string 3, 4, 5 games like this in a row. Tomorrow will be the second one. Let's make it happen. All right. I'll see you around the Knicks-Verse. Let's go.